Stav, Abby and Matt.
On Hit 105.
Can we vape in here?
Vape? You vape? Look, the vape is one thing that he's always playing.
Hey, Stav, I got something on Instagram that I thought would interest you. There was a group of people that said that they are trying to legalise vaping here in Australia, and you do not smoke, but you now vape.
Yes.
And I thought this might be of an interest. His name is Brian Marlowe. Morning.
G'day, how are you?
We're good.
This might be stupid of me, but should we just tell everyone what vaping is for people, if there's anybody listening who doesn't know what it is?
Yeah. Essentially, it vaporizes a liquid that you can inhale. It basically allows people who were smoking and want to get off smoking to make the switch and quit once and for all, essentially. So it's significantly safer than smoking and has none of the actual health detriment that smoking has.
Now, can I just ask here, because I did see a report and I always look at it because I'm just like, we haven't researched it enough, I don't feel, for us to say that it is, I mean, I guess better, but 100% safe, because there was a recent study done overseas saying that it still can be cancer forming. Yeah,
so that study, according to Cancer Research UK, they've said that study was actually misleading.
Okay.
When they did that study, they didn't actually look at how vaping affected people, and they didn't directly compare it to smoking. All they did was they looked at how components of vapor from e-cigarettes may damage DNA cells, and as a result, if you have damaged DNA cells, that may lead to cancer. But we know that cigarettes do cause cancer until 23.
I don't know about you, Brian, but I find it frustrating because there is such disinformation out there, and if you do look into it quite hard, you'll find that it is pretty solid, that it is way, way better for you than actually smoking cigarettes.
Absolutely, to the point that the UK Health Department back it. So that, they're out there saying to people, if you're addicted to smoking, you can't quit, take up vaping because it is safer.
Yeah, and it is great, I guess, when you're walking in the city, and I used to see large groups of people that were out smoking, and there's a lot of more people vaping now. But why is it not legal, I guess, to be able to buy the ingredients for it?
Look, I mean, we don't really know the logic behind it. We think it's pretty illogical that it is illegal. The Therapeutic Goods Administration say that, there's not enough evidence out there, but the evidence is out there that over in America it's fully legal. It's legal in Canada, New Zealand, throughout the EU, and in the UK, to the point that the UK Health Department back it completely. So we think that the evidence is out there that shows that it is significantly safer than smoking. And as it currently stands, you can go down to your tobacconist and buy a pack of smokes and inhale something that'll destroy your lungs and kill you, but you can't do something that will allow you to live a healthier lifestyle.
Do you need to flush something though, Stav? Because you've just said you vape.
Yes.
I'm reading here, it's up to $45,000 and 2 years in prison if you possess one.
So you're talking about nicotine. So you can vape juice without nicotine in it. That's perfectly legal, but you can't purchase the nicotine juice in Australia.
But if you've got nicotine juice on you,
yes,
and people come in windbreakers, does Stav need to flush it?
Well, look, fortunately for Stav, he's only facing a fine of $9,752 up in Queensland.
Okay.
It's still a stupid amount of money for someone who's essentially trying to, Stav, I assume you're doing it because you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. I always fall back on to because I've done a lot of research on it. I didn't just jump in willy-vanilly. My thought process of it is that because the tobacco companies were slow getting onto the technology, and now we're seeing some of them are getting onto it now, but they're so powerful in the government that they're the ones that are doing this because they're not taxing it the same way they tax cigarettes. The government's not making as much money off of it as they make up cigarettes. Would you say that's what it is? Like the big tobacco companies are holding them at ransom to keep it illegal?
I don't know. I mean, you can't put much past the big tobacco company. But whatever it is, it's not good enough, and it needs to change.
You can't say that the health authorities would want people to continue smoking because it costs more than the tax that they get on cigarettes. It costs more of that to do with hospital costs.
Yeah, and it kills people. I mean, people are in the health department saying, we want people to lead a healthier lifestyle, and there's an option out there that we know works, and for some reason they're not adopting it.
If anyone wants to check it out, legalisevaping.com.au is your website. Brian, thank you for coming on this morning and chatting, buddy.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Good
Thank you.
Vape on, brother.